Give me 1 second. He said he's trying to join now.
Come on in, tell a friend, come on in. Come on in, tell a friend, come on in. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's
What's
up?
up? What's
Was he
up?
able to get in?
Yeah, come on in, tell a friend, come on in. Yeah, do it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Come on with it. All right, we'll bring him in once he locks in, but let's lock in with me and you real quick. You know what I'm saying? What's up, everybody? This is Bryson Fowler, Boss Talks on the Rooftop, and we are live. Here we go. So I have the greatest honor of introducing Mr. Courtney Douglas. What's so special about Mr. Courtney Douglas? He's all the way over across the pond in the motherland, y'all. He's in Nairobi, Kenya, and he has an event coming up. He's the organizer for CSWC. If you don't know what that is now, I'm going to learn you something. It is the Cigar Smoking World Championship. So Cigar Smoking World Championship has been started for about a few years, being over in different countries across the world. So cigar smokers across the world participate in this particular event. It's called the Cigar Smoking World Championship. And my man, Courtney Douglas, who is American native, veteran, by the way, served our country, is the organizer of this illustrious, prestigious event. As if you don't now, you know, Miss Courtney Douglas. What's up, baby?
Not much, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Happy to be here.
What's going on, bro? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. I hear you now. I think it was a little bit of a hiccup. Yeah, no, what's going on, everybody? Happy to be here.
You come in and out. I'm gonna need you to speak into the mic. Come in a little tight. So this is what's going on with this international thing, man. We working on
Yeah.
our communication.
Yeah, you think it'd be a little bit better in 2026, but yeah, I got you, brother.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Where you from? Where you been? How you been? What's going on with you?
Ah, man. So I'm a farm boy from South Carolina, man. We locked in a while ago. Been all over the world through military, through State Department, South America, uh, Europe, now Africa, but I've done time in the Middle East, couple deployments with the military, and now I'm landing in Nairobi, Kenya, and gonna make this place home.
That's what's up. So
Yeah.
how'd you get involved with cigar smoking world champion?
So a few years ago, I was stationed in Doha, Qatar. So I made my rounds, joined a couple international cigar clubs, and so I won a couple long ash competitions, not really knowing what I was doing, but I won a couple long ash competitions. So they invited me out when Oliva swapped from when CSWC swapped from Rocky Patel to Oliva. They added Doha, Qatar to their rotation. So when they come out to Qatar, me and a couple friends, we join, and pretty much I locked in with the president, Marco. I locked in with the GM, Dino, out of Croatia. And we remained tight ever since. And moved to Kenya last year, and I saw an immediate opportunity. But there was no competitions in cigar in Kenya, right? There was a handful of cigar smokers spread out everywhere, but I saw the opportunity to bring something not only fun but historical to this to the country. Yeah.
Now, you know, most of us we've been hearing about the go back to Ghana, you know, the the dual citizenship. They want you to come back to Ghana. Accra is popping, and now we're hearing, like, I know a plethora of Nigerians, right? It's very rare that I'm like I get to, talk about Kenya. You know what I'm saying? So like tell us a little bit more, like what can we expect to experience in Kenya?
So
It's
if
gonna
you
be in
look on,
Nairobi, correct?
yes, sir, yes, sir. If you look at TikTok and all these other social media platforms, Nairobi is the New York City of the mainland Africa. You go up and down the expressway, it's skyscrapers, it's, beautiful buildings. This is a hustle and bustle city, but it's also, if you look at it from a standpoint of, what's there to do here, where this is leading, Kenya is one of the leading tech industries in all of Africa. You got things like M-Pesa that's older than Apple Pay. So, we as Americans, we have this mindset sometimes about what Africa is, but until you visit, I think we can have a completely wrong idea. This is a beautiful country. It's a beautiful language, beautiful people. It's definitely a great place to be.
Man, my thought process in Africa is like, we got coming to America vibes, like
Yeah.
uh works. That's what I got. Like I'm on the shit where like Africa is like, the motherland, the home of gold, oil. That's where my mind is. I'm like, Africa's rich,
Mhm.
baby. So I'm expecting to go and pet a giraffe, to be honest, and
I
and
actually just
and
did.
be
I
chilling,
actually
be
just did
chilling
that
in a
last week. Yeah.
hot tub. So I don't know. I got this big grand Hollywood that I'm looking after. Like, and I can be smoking a cigar. Like, hey, oh my God, a lion!
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that
Yeah.
because the homeboy just do 7 million for saying that, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Yeah. No, but it's definitely
So
even.
with the organization, man, why cigars for you?
So I fell in love with cigars probably about 10 years ago, and for me, they're like the great equalizer, right? No matter who you are, no matter where you come from, you light up a stogie and you have to sit down. You have to just chill out and slow down for a little while. And then that comes to conversations. Like, I can't say you about the people I've met across the globe, you know, have an hour or 2 hour conversation. You don't even know their name, right? But you can know what they do if their industry aligns with yours. Next thing you know, you're working on a business plan, and you're like, oh man, what is your name, by the way? But also though, it's created an atmosphere for me. It's created a platform for me. Um, I've been to places that I didn't think I would go to. Met people around the world that I'm still friends with today, just through cigars. It's such an even playing field, and it's one of those things where you can enjoy it while meeting people, while connecting all over the world.
That's what's up. So what is it about this competition uh, that just stuck out with you that you were just like, I really want to be a part of this?
So for me, it was a camaraderie. My very first time going to the competition. That was my first time ever seeing women compete. Like I said, I've been to a handful of long ash competitions. Um, but this was my first time seeing women compete, and just seeing just how many small techniques that I didn't know about. And I'm smoking cigars 8, 9 years at this point, thinking I know everything. But just seeing guys with their techniques, seeing guys. I had one guy who moved on the complete opposite side of the room because the air conditioner was blowing on him. He's rotating his cigar half the competition counterclockwise, rotating it clockwise the other half. And me being the cigar nerd that I am, I wanted to know every little thing about everyone's technique. So now I'm getting more and more interested in it. Talking to the judges, I'm talking to former competitors. Like, oh man, I think I can do this. This was right before I moved to Kenya, and once I got to Kenya, I took that leap of faith, and they accepted me into the organization.
Man, blessings, brother. That's major. That's major.
I appreciate it.
Because it's funny that you say about the air conditioning part. He wants to be on different sides, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, it speaks volumes to me because usually we're shooting on the rooftop, right? We're starting our rooftop
Mhm.
series back up where we're actually on the rooftop for Bosstalks. And rotating your cigar matters because of whichever way the wind is blowing is going to determine how even your cigar is gonna burn. So you got to rotate it
Exactly.
depending on which way the wind is blowing at that particular moment.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. And even when I saw that the first
is it
time, I had
is
no idea
it
what he was doing.
how's the competition structured? Is it like yeah? So he was just
Uh,
he would rotate and puff, or was he puffing and rotating at the same time?
He'd rotate, puff, and then according to how it was burning, it depends on how often he would puff. It'd go from maybe one puff every 2 minutes, and then if it was burning a little slower and just watching the embers go around, he'd puff it more, perfect, a little slower. That guy actually ended up winning with about 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm. 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So this is more like a slow ash competition, what we call over here in the States, right?
Yeah. So the race is Cigar Slow Smoking World Championship. So we nickname it the slowest race on earth. Right. So it's whoever smokes
Mm.
the exact same cigar, and every competitor throughout all 58 countries gets gets the exact same cigar. Whoever smokes it the absolute slowest in your country or in your city when it's in the States, whoever smokes it the absolute slowest
So is
is
there
the
a
champion of
relighting?
that
Is there a
country.
relighting rule?
You get one relight, and you can't ash for the first 40
Wow.
something minutes. Yeah. So it's a pretty strenuous
No ash
competition.
in the first 40 seconds.
40 minutes, brother.
40 minutes?
Yeah.
Can't ash in first 3 minutes.
So yeah, the first 40 minutes you can't ash at all.
That's crazy.
You get
That's
one
crazy.
relight.
Hell, I just ashed in
Yeah,
the
you only get
first
one
two
relight.
minutes of smoking this.
Yeah, yeah,
One relight.
yeah,
God, see that you got to have your smoking technique down to even attempt that.
yeah. And that's what interested me about it. Everything
So
because you
what
do
is
the
what is the
you do the long ash competitions. They walk around with a ruler, but you can do your own thing. But with this one, it's the judges they're pretty strict.
so what's the rules of doing the slow ash? Shout out to slow burn, by the way, because we're talking about who can smoke the longest. Got to have a slow burn, and we have
Yeah.
a company out here called Slow Burn Cigar Lounge. So shout out to them.
Okay. Shout out to Slow
But
Burn.
what are the rules? Yeah, what are the rules for the slow burn competition, slow ash?
Yeah. So with CSWC, we come with the entire pamphlet. Don't quote me, but even last year we had about 15 rules. Um, Again, number one, no ash in the first 40 minutes, only one relight, only guillotine cuts, just to name a few. So we want to make it an even playing field, no matter what country, no matter what language, no matter what continent you're on. Everyone follows the exact same guidelines, so it's an even playing field.
Mm. So what's the magnitude of this event? How many people usually attend something like this?
So every country is a little bit different. The last event I attended, it was about 30 competitors, but people bring wives, husbands, girlfriends, boyfriends, a handful of spectators. But the last one I attended, it was probably about 75 people in attendance. I'm expecting about 30 to 35 competitors here in Kenya.
35 competitors in this?
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to it, actually.
Man. So what do they got to do to be a competitor in this event?
So I'm gonna host the event at a amazing, beautiful resort called Pax Manor, located in Nairobi, Kenya. But ultimately, all you got to do is sign up. There is a small fee of about 7,500 shillings, give or take. We're still working that part out, which is about 40 bucks, about 50 bucks, excuse me. But other than that, just sign up, be on time.
So anybody can join?
Yeah, anybody, literally anybody who's interested in, competing, more than welcome to attend.
Wow. What's the registration deadline?
I didn't catch you. I'm sorry.
What's the registration deadline?
So we want to have it. We want to have everybody registered. So the event is going to be May 16th. I want to have everybody registered at least 10 days out. That way, everybody who's going to get a personal invite from me can go ahead and have time to get it and prepare. If you need to practice, whatever you need to do.
Mm. So it's open invitation for competitors and open invitation for spectators, correct?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we can dig it. We can dig it. Who
Yeah, and
who are going to be the sponsors of this event? I know you got big names.
yeah, so we're looking forward to. So the event itself is sponsored by Oliva and Club Mareva out of Croatia. Marco Bilic, awesome guy, extremely awesome guy. He's the one who's the president of the entire
Mm.
CSWC. But I'm happy to announce, other than Oliva, Pax Manor, the event space that's hosting the event for us, but also we just recently came to an agreement with Glenfiddich. And Mr. Malunda is on the call as well, from Glenfiddich and William Grant and Sons. Amazing guy. We are super happy to have Glenfiddich on board with us as well.
Hello, 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 gents.
So, Mr. Melinda,
How are you, sir?
we got you on deck.
Happy to
How
be
you
here. I hope
doing, sir? Salutations.
greetings and salutations. I hope you can hear me okay.
Okay.
You're coming through just fine.
Gent- excellent, excellent. Gentlemen, let me start by saying such a pleasure, privilege, honor to be with such distinguished company. Um, Happy to jump in and talk about Glenfiddich a little bit and the importance of an event of this caliber, the first of its kind on the continent. This is so exciting for me as a cigar smoker, as a whiskey sommelier, a spirit specialist. This is exciting times.
Happy to have you. Thank you for taking time out to jump on the call with us. So tell us a little bit about um, how we can partner with everything that we're doing with CSWC. What is Linfinch bringing on with this monumental
All right. So the only way I can begin to answer that question is by telling you about our brand. So William Grant and Sons, our flagship product is Glenfiddich, the world's best-selling single malt Scotch whiskey, the world's most awarded single malt Scotch whiskey, and literally the name that gave rise to the single malt category. So we're talking about history, heritage, craftsmanship, and notoriety all across the board. Without Glenfiddich, without William Grant and his 7 sons and 2 daughters, the category that is single malt Scotch whiskey would not exist. Before that, it was purely seen as pure malt and straight malt. You know, just an ingredient to blended whiskey. So we've been doing this for almost 180 years. And I think you know, gents, when you think about smoking a cigar, you think about sipping on something that is excellent, that is proper, that is,
wow.
you know, whiskey is actually, we call it the water of life. Uske is iskaba, uskabaha, whiskey. You know, this is the etymology of the word whiskey. It's the water of life. It's the thing that sustains us, right? So whenever I have the time to sit down and have a smoke, I want to be talking to somebody that has something great to say. I want to be sipping on something that has something great to offer. And that is my understanding and my approach to cigars. So this is what the brand is also bringing. I am a brand ambassador for the portfolio that is William Grant and Sons. So whenever a competition of this caliber comes, you need to sign up with somebody who echoes that sentiment. You know, single malt Scotch whiskey is synonymous. It goes hand in hand with cigar smoking. Definitely a couple of misconceptions and preconceptions that we want to break down, glass ceilings that we want to shatter. I
Absolutely.
love the way
Notion.
Courtney was saying it. He said that he was seeing women competing, and you know this is also what we are super open about. We want women who whiskey to be something that is standard. We want it to be approachable. We have so many different brands like Monkey Shoulder, which is a blended malt. We made it specifically for cocktail culture to make whiskey more approachable, right? So there are pockets like cigar smoking that we definitely still play around in, and we're always going to play in that space. But you want to always partner with a brand that, I mean, why not partner with a brand that said, let me give you single malt Scotch whiskey? And that was in 1963. Glenfiddich did that.
Hmm. And that was the Monkey Shoulder single malt, correct?
Yes, the blended malt.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's just one of our brands.
Hmm.
In our portfolio, we have Glenfiddich. I mentioned that being our flagship, second single malt is called the Balvenie, handcrafted single malt. Beyond that, we have Monkey Shoulder blended malt. We have Grants, which is a blended whiskey. We have Hendrix, the best performing premium plus gin in the category. We have about 37 different brands that whenever they step up to the plate, they're swinging and not missing.
Nice. So, what type of cigar would you pair for yourself personally with your brand?
Well, that is a very nuanced question, but a question that I invite because it depends on the mood. It depends on, like Courtney was saying, it depends on the time, who you're with. Everything lends itself to the drinking experience, to the smoking experience. Am I having a meal? Is it salty? Is it spicy? A lot of the time, we don't have the ability to predict what we'll be eating whilst we're smoking, what we'll be sipping whilst we're smoking. It's a curation. But in the perfect scenario, 100%, when I met Mr. Courtney for the first time, I told him Oliver is one of my best cigars. It is my favorite cigar maker of all time, you know. But what I would look for, without brand aside, is something full bodied. Right? Definitely going into a full body space, something that is I can smoke in thirds. I want the experience to change. Every sip needs to be a different experience. Every third needs to be a different experience, at least for me. So a full-bodied cigar with something not necessarily smoky in the liquid credential space, because as Glenfiddich, we don't actually have many releases that are peated or smoked or smoky. We only have one variant, which is called Fire and Cane. For those of us who like our
Mm.
peaty whiskeys, that would be something that you would go for. But we only typically sell that in what we call global travel retail, which is duty free. We're now introducing it into our core range as a mainstream varietal, which you can definitely look out for. It pairs fantastically well with any smoke. But like I said, personally, I'm looking for something full body, smoke it in thirds, have a salty snack on the side, and a fantastically
Nice.
refreshing single malt.
Nice. Yes. For me, the Oliva Melania V series is one of my
Oof.
absolute go-tos. It's right there. It's right there in my top five um, smokes. Like when I'm doing a celebratory deal, I go right to the Oliva Melania V series.
You're
Maduro put
preaching
Definitely
to
a
the
great
in a
choir.
smoke.
nice Toro for me. I've gotten into their new torpedo action. So that's my go-to smoke from Oliva when I'm celebrating. I would love to be at an event at an Oliva event
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that cigar, morning or afternoon. It's a great smoke, no matter
with
when you're
Courtney,
rolling.
with you, Melinda, and put it along the competition. Because I'll be honest, I ask for that and I talk too much.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's such a great smoke. You really can't go
Because
wrong with
like
that
if you
cigar
if you
anytime.
notice this cigar here, we're already going into our second, third, and we just started. I'm already losing.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. But it's like the long ash competitions, after
So
a while, you
what
stop
is
moving your cigar, you move your head.
so you'll see people just start doing that.
Yeah.
So if they're not puffing, they got to rotate.
Yeah, you're not puffing, you gotta rotate, for sure.
Melinda just dropped off. Guys, that was
Okay.
Melinda of Glenfiddich, which is single malt Scotch, and he is one of the official sponsors of the CSWC in Kenya, which our organizer, excuse me, Mr. Courtney Douglas, is running in Kenya May 16th. So what else can we expect amongst this competition? What type of vibes are we gonna get when we're chilling in Kenya with you at the event?
I'm actually a little upset Maluna was able to drop off, but we had a couple of surprises for the competitors. So all registered smokers or competitors, um, we're gonna release the 30-year Glenfiddich single malt, which is not even released in stores yet. So we're going to release it at the event on May 16th. So
Wow.
we're going to have a welcome drink. We're playing with the baristas now about what to do, whether it's going to be old fashioned or, a single pour. But post competition, we're going to do a whiskey flight. So it's going to be a 12-year, it's going to be a 15-year, it's going to be a 21-year, as well as a 30-year Glenfiddich, which is going to be probably the first time a lot of people globally are tasting this 30-year whiskey. Yeah, so Malunda was able to come in with a lot of great ideas, but we're also
Wow.
going to
So
pair it with
what
a
kind
lot
of
of
swag
food as
is
well. I think it's a little bit of delay, so I'm sorry if
nice?
we're talking over each other. Yeah.
So we're cigar smokers. So as a cigar smoker, I want to know what's gonna be in the swag bags when we purchase our VIP tickets. Is Oliva releasing a particular cigar at this event?
Yeah. So
Like Glenfish is gonna release that event. I'm in business, bro. I want to know.
so this is actually the cigar. I don't know if you can see it here. Uh, it's a 5x36 petite. This is what everybody's going to get. So I'm working on a deal right now. The winner itself is going to receive a box of these, as well as the opportunity to go to Dubrovnik, Croatia. I'm sorry, to compete with the World Championship. So you're going to compete against 57 other winners in Croatia. Yeah, whoever the winner is, so you'll be the global winner, recognized by Oliva worldwide.
Wow. So how long is the slow burn? Like what vitola size is the slow burn competition uh going to be?
So the cigar itself is I think you can see it here. I'm not sure if you can read it, but these cigars are made specifically for the competition. On the bottom, it says here, official cigar for the Cigar Smoking World Championship. Oliva makes it specifically for uh, Club Moreva out of Croatia and this competition. But it's a 5x36 ring gauge petite.
Wow.
Yep. So you got to have some skills to smoke this pretty slowly because it's typically this would be a quick smoke.
Wow. And so that's gonna be what I'm smoking.
Say again, I'm sorry.
I said that's what the competitors are going to be smoking during the competition.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And again, I'm not sure if you can see it here, but they make it specifically for this competition. But it's Oliva. They only make it for this one in Club Moreva out of Croatia.
Man,
But it's the only one you can get in the world.
wow, wow. And you can only get that if we go to the competition.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we spoke previously, but this one specifically, this is for you. I'm gonna drop it in the mail, or I'm probably gonna be traveling to the States in about a week, but make sure you get it.
For me,
Yeah, it's my gift to you, brother.
hey, man, hey, I appreciate that, brother. Like, hey,
No problem
you
at
know
all.
how much high siding I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be high
Yeah.
siding hard, high siding highfalutin. Like y'all ain't got this, cause you can't even get it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, hey, bro, you do that for me. My head is gonna be boom through the roof. Like, hey, man, my brother in Kenya, he sent me something to smoke on something. I ain't got enough to give, so hey, I'll tell you how I smoke.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. I'm happy to send it your way. But yeah, I've even the last competition, I walked away with a box myself, and it's one of those cigars where it cost me nothing, but I think we all have in our humidor a handful of cigars, and whether it was $5, whether it was $50, the stories behind them mean so much more than the cigar itself.
Absolutely. It,
Yeah,
it costs you nothing, but it means everything, right?
exactly.
So in your travels, what was your rooftop moment in this cigar industry?
So I actually have a couple. So, when I was in Doha, uh, a member of our cigar club was the first ever general of the Qatari military. Um, so I was sitting listening to him, talking about, being such a high ranking individual, but when he comes into cigar lounge, he doesn't want anyone to know who he is. And we actually met in one of the private rooms, one of the club member rooms. I had no idea who he was. He had no idea who I was. And again, the conversation surrounding the cigar. I respected his cigar knowledge. He respected my cigar knowledge. And we had a hour plus long conversation. Those are the type of moments that I truly enjoy. I would say number two is Mr. Leo Conley out of Woodbury, Virginia. He hates when I call him my cigar mentor, but that man taught me so much about cigars, whether it was ring gauges, whether it was Maduro, whether it was Connecticut versus whatever it may be. He would give me cigars with no band on them and test me, make me tell him what I tasted, make him tell me how it smokes, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Even he actually just came up with a new cut. He's just such a cigar wealth of knowledge. I look up to that individual so much. Yeah.
I just came up with well, I didn't come up with it, but I learned about the crown cut. I learned about the crown cut recently.
I don't know the crown
And
cut.
I was
What's
like,
that?
man, that's dope to see a crown cut. So so a crown cut is when you take your V cutter and you slice it twice on the
Okay.
opposite
Okay.
sides, right? So the crown cut looks like this.
So it's almost,
That's one side, right?
yeah,
Yeah, that's one
I
side,
got you.
right? And then you take your cutter again and do it the other side. So that is the crown cut,
Got you. Got you.
right? If it would look a lot better if I hadn't already straight cut it. But
No
you'll
worries.
have that natural groove in it. So
Hmm.
that is the crown cut right there.
Okay. It makes sense. It makes sense. And if you don't mind, I'll tell you about the Conley cut. So, I think we've all struggled a little bit with a torpedo head on our cigars. You struggle whether you're going to put a V on it or whether you're going to put a guillotine cut on it, a straight cut on it. So, what Mr. Conley came up with is lay your torpedo sideways in a guillotine, right? Almost at a
Mm,
45-degree angle. Cut it on this side, you flip it over, cut it on that
mhm.
side. Yeah, so that's called the Conley cut now. I think he's going to coin the term.
Wow. So now it's cut like this,
Yeah.
kind of
So
like a
you pretty
spear.
much just slice both sides of the, yeah, you slice both sides with the torpedo. Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know I'm gonna mess up several of my torpedoes trying to figure that one out. Because trying not to cut too far past the cap.
Hmm.
Like hell, like I
It
just
actually works
kind of
best if
messed this up, but you can still see it.
yeah, it actually works best if you have a, guillotine with a back on it. I've heard them coin the perfect cut, or so you don't get too deep. If you got a guillotine with a back on it, it works best with that.
Yeah, like yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
this our Kingpin Luxury perfect cut.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, the perfect
Guys,
cut.
you can pick that up. See, I knew you was good for something.
Stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, they always say the perfect cut is for beginners, not to cut past the cap. But it's like,
Hmm.
man, it's a perfect cut because you don't want to cut too far, and it makes sure that it's the optimal precision cut that you can get when you go complete guillotine, right?
Exactly. Exactly. I think we've all done that. We've cut
So
too deep.
tell me a
We've had
little
to
bit about.
recut.
So tell me a little bit about, like, you have a. I ask this question to all my guests. I'm like, okay, in your 30-year humidor, it's a 30-year humidor time capsule. We're gonna put it in a time capsule. It's a humidor. We're gonna come back to it in 30 years. What are you putting in your humidor time capsule?
That's a really really good question, man. Hmm. So I got a handful. I got a handful. As we both said, the Series V Melania. I'm gonna throw one of those in there. Probably put a Liga Privada number 9 in there. Maybe a Fuente between the lines. Maybe a Oliva MB3.
Oh wow.
And if I had my choice, if I could grab anything, I would want an authentic hand rolled Cuban. I don't need a label. I don't need anything, but I want some lady freshly rolled, and I grab it from the factory. And if I could throw that in there, that'd be awesome. That'd be my ideal setup.
So I like the Oliva selections. I like the Liga selections. Like I'm pretty sure on all of them, those are really good go-tos.
Yeah, yeah, and I'd want Toro size for all of them too. I don't want to smoke too little. I don't want to smoke too less. I want a Toro for all of them.
I can hear you, bro.
Okay, yeah.
I can hear you. Had to, had to put up the guard dog. He over there making noise, trying to do his job.
Yeah, I heard him. I heard him. Yeah. What about yourself? What would you put in yours?
I don't know because they all getting smoked all at once. Like the Oliva Petite that you have for your competition, bro. That probably won't last a day here. As soon as I get
Really?
it, it probably won't last a day. I'll be honest with you, it won't last a day, and it'll be smoked out. Like as soon as I get them, I'll smoke them. But damn it. So Friends Cigars has a cigar that I absolutely love. It's the Mesmerize. that they just re-released. They can't keep them in stock. And then I have Mature Legacies, the Fortitude, my absolute go-to from his line. And then I'm actually smoking one from Luciano, which is the Machinist, because it has a beautiful San Andreas wrapper. Anybody that's been paying attention to the channel knows that I'm a fool for San Andreas and Sasha wrapper.
Mm-hmm.
So you're starting off winning with me. And then I have a newcomer on the scene, which is the Grouchy Monkeys, Shipwreck Monkey barber pole.
Okay.
The guy just stepped out on the scene and had this phenomenal barber pole that I'm just going ape about. And then the Oliva Melania V series is just my just celebratory stick. That's my celebratory batch. Then I have the Judge by My Father's, which is always like a certifiable go-to. When I'm down, I'm up, I'm down. It like that stick right there just does me good. It just does me right. And there's Definition Cigars, Conception. Definition Cigars, the Conception has a certain type of blend with Ometepe tobacco. And when I tell you, I conceive more ideas, more brain power, more strategies. When I say Conception, it just puts me in a whole. I got a plethora of cigars that I would like, I'll seek, and then I also have my big brands like the Patron 1964. And they re-released the 1926, but that Patron 1964, fantastic, right? Fantastic.
Good one. Yeah.
Those will be in my 30-year humidor. And I got a couple others that I absolutely love that are in rotation. I have a few house blends as well. When I go to Gilded Age, they have a house blend from Rojas. He has a phenomenal Sumatra blend that it just sits well with my flavor palette. It's my everyday stick, like hands down. So like when I get it, it's gone. But those will be in my humidor right now for 30 years. That Conception, the Machinist, the and Belmachi Cigars, Sumatra. Belmachi Luxury Cigars. He's actually he's West Moroccan, right? But he's out of Canada. But it's a West Moroccan that came out with Belmachi Cigars, and he has a Sumatra blend that is absolutely phenomenal.
Nice. Yeah, that's the one bad thing I'll say we don't get out here. We don't get a lot of house blends. Usually when I do visit a lounge when I'm traveling or when I'm visiting the States, I always try and support whatever lounge I go to, get a handful of house blends. To tell you the truth though, you got me thinking about humidors. I got a humidor on the West Coast in Seattle, Washington. I got a humidor at my family's house in South Carolina. I still got a humidor in Qatar, and I got a humidor here, man. I got humidors all over the world.
So you got smokes when you land.
Yeah, wherever I land, I got a handful of cigars waiting on me.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
And also Rose Gold Reserve. His original Mexican San Andreas with a Honduran blend. Phenomenal. It's a brother out of
I've actually
out of Cali. That he's doing major things with his.
Yeah, I have to check it out. I've just recently become a fan of like the Mexican rappers. I think I'm just at a stage now where I want that bolder flavor when you smoke. But I've been a fan of Mexican rappers probably about the last 6 months to a year.
So this is going to be your first CSWC that you're putting on for Kenya, correct?
Yes, sir.
This is year one in Kenya, correct?
Yeah. So what's so cool about it? It's absolutely a historic event. It's the first time in Kenya, but it's first time mainland Africa as a whole. Um, so the event is like I said earlier. We're on all 6 continents. We're in 58 countries now. Kenya being number 58. Um, it was a hell of a journey, man, getting this thing done. But I'm proud to say myself, Mr. Malunda, and the guys at Pax Manor. We came together, but we're gonna put on a hell of a show. And I want people. What I really want to take away from this is I want people to know, like, Africa is not an afterthought. There are amazing smokers here. There are amazing event spaces here. There are amazing partnerships that can happen here. But again, this is such a historical event. I'm super happy. I'm super grateful to have Glenn Fiddick on board with us. So we're gonna do something that hasn't really been done before, and I'm gonna announce it on the night of the event. But I got a surprise for whoever the winner is. It's gonna be a pretty damn good surprise as well.
Nice. Nice. I'm looking forward
Yeah.
to it, man. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Shit.
I'm
To be
excited to
honest, I'm
see
jealous. I
your
can't compete this
success. I'm
year
excited to
because
see you got too much going on, man. You don't want to compete in that.
hey, a trip to Croatia and then like, what I got planned, I wouldn't mind. Next year I might put my name in the hat my damn self.
I can dig it. I can dig it.
Mhm.
So the next thing is, what cigar would you give to someone that you want to leave a lasting impression?
Ah, that's a tough question because you want to leave somebody with a good smoke, something that they're absolutely going to enjoy. But some cigars are a lot more aesthetically pleasing than others. Um, man, if I could, absolutely, I would gift this Oliva Mareva, the competition cigar. Um, that's I can't think of anything a little more exclusive than that, and I know it's going to be a damn good smoke. But not only that, it's always going to be a story behind it, right? Um, Even if you
Mm,
found the cigar, right, that label you're not going to see anywhere else, right? So this is one of those cigars you
right.
put at the top of the humidor. Every time you pull it out, you could talk about it, right? It's a conversation piece, if nothing else. Yeah,
Like, man, I gotta even buy.
yeah,
Hell, that's how I'm gonna start off my story. Like, I got a cigar you can't even buy, bro. So
yeah. You can't get these. Guarantee you don't got these.
you can't buy these. Like, you're looking for it in the States.
Yeah.
I guarantee you ain't got
Uh,
this. Like, that's
it
gonna be the
almost
one I
remind me
pull
like
out. We give cigars like trading cards. Like you grew up trading baseball and football cards.
mhm. Yeah, it almost remind me of that craze, 15, 20 years ago, how Hennessy Pure White was like so exclusive.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, unless you was on a Caribbean
Like,
cruise, you weren't getting that.
you weren't getting it. And then like going on, we're taking a trip to Mexico. Make sure you give me some. Give me a couple bottles of the white Hennessy.
Yeah,
You know what's crazy? I don't even drink Hennessy, but that pure white, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to go and get that.
Yeah, you got to get a couple of them.
I'm gonna have to go and get that.
I think I still got one in the bar at home.
Yeah, not me. Gone.
Gone. Yeah, get another one.
Gone. All 4 bottles at a buck. Gone. So can you tell us what the breakdown of, like, what's the specs on the Oliva Petite, the competition cigar? What are we missing out on if you're not a competitor?
Oh man, so again, the notes on this cigar, it's a little bit of cream, a little bit of nutty, along with some dark fruit, as well as like a little bit of earth and a little bit of leather on it as well. So those are the main notes in this cigar. That first third, it is going to be quite a bit milder, but the second third and the third third, that's where you're going to get that pepper, that white pepper in it. But it is a super, super good smoke. When I smoked it, I had an old fashioned. I had an old fashioned with it, and just the flavors married so well. So again, not only are you're in a competition, so you're locked in, hopefully, but you are going to be able to get into that space where a cigar and a cocktail. Just I can't speak for anybody else, but I know the space it puts me in. So you relax, you're hanging out with like hopefully some damn good people, and
I can't see you.
Oh man, I'm sorry. You got me here? You got me, bud?
Ahead of me in a couple thousand miles away from me. Yeah,
I know. I hate it. Okay. Yeah, no, I was saying like, the first time I smoked this cigar,
you're 5 hours ahead of me, you're a couple thousand miles away from me. So
yeah. I think we're having a little bit of issues. I think there's a delay on here too. Yeah, I figured it'd be a little bit better in 26, but gotta make the best of it.
right. So the first time you smoked it, you what?
Yeah, so I had it with an old fashioned, and the flavors married so well with the cigar and the drink. So at the end of the day, like it still puts you into that space where a cigar and a glass of whiskey puts you into that calm, chill mood. So after a while, I forgot I was in a competition. I was just hanging out with my people.
Finish it. When you finished your cigar, what was your time in the competition?
I'm reluctantly gonna say I did about an hour 42 minutes, but the winner of that competition did it just a little bit over 2 hours. Yeah.
You lasted for under 2 hours, or you were at 2 hours?
It was a little under 2 hours, about an hour 47 minutes and some change.
That's a pretty long time, brother. What's the longest that anybody's gone in this competition?
I think the world record for our competition is this. And again, don't quote me, but I think it's 3 hours and 2 minutes. I have to look that up. But yeah, I think the best time ever is over 3 hours.
Wow. That's a whole football game.
Exactly.
And going into the next one. Jesus.
Yeah, you catch the 1 o'clock and the
I'm
4:30,
usually
but
finished with yeah. I'm usually by that first game with my first stick. I'm in work.
yeah, like on my normal smoke day, I think we all take about an hour, but if I'm taking my time, I'm running my mouth, I usually take about an hour 15, hour 30. But yeah, just sometimes you run into people who just take their time and they're so methodical in their smoke. I'm just not that guy, especially if it's a good cigar. I'm puffing
Mhm.
away.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. So, bro, how can we connect you? How can we join the competition? What are your handles? What is the competition handles? How do we book the flights to get to you?
Yeah. CSWCnews.com. We're on Instagram. My Instagram, C_Douglas00. We got organizers all over the world. Like I said, 6 continents, 58 countries. If I have it my way, I want 100 countries next year, especially here in Africa. We got plans on South Africa, we got plans on Morocco, we got plans on Mauritius. And if I have it my way, I'm going throughout East Africa, Ethiopia, Uganda, Tanzania. We're going out to Rwanda, especially. That's a place that I've had my eye on. And then we're going to push south, Botswana, Mozambique, South Africa. I want to go out to Reunion now and Seychelles, especially now that we have the Glenfiddich sponsorship because Mr. Malunda, again, he controls all of East Africa as well as Indian Ocean. So that's Seychelles, that's Comoros, that's Mauritius, that's Reunion. So I want to make this competition on Africa as global and as wide as we can. I want people to not worry about going to one of the other countries. Come to Kenya, come to Africa, come see us out here. It's a beautiful place, beautiful people. The culture out here is amazing. So, I know things are a little funky right now with the travel, but hopefully it calms down soon. And I want it to be not only a CSWC event, but we host a long ash competition. We do that annually, especially with the partnerships that we have now. We want to do Women of Whiskey because I am such a huge advocate of women smokers. If you look at my Instagram, I try to promote a woman a month that is actual cigar smoker. There's a handful about there, like Her Aficionado, Pretty Paru, um, Jen out of New York. There's so many that I personally look up to as smokers. But I want more women. I want more competitors. I want more of everybody to actually see what we're about. Come join us, especially here in Africa.
Ready. Already. So, guys, this is Mr. Courtney Douglas. Excuse me, Mr. Courtney Douglas, the official organizer of CSCW. I mean CSWC. Excuse me, Cigar Smoking World of Kenya. So, guys, make sure you stay tuned, stay locked in, be on the lookout. The competition starts at May 16th, and it's gonna be a jam-packed weekend full of festivities. My guy has Oliva, the official sponsor. They have Glenfiddich single malt Scotch. They have a special unreleased uh, pairing that they're gonna have for this event. So you don't want to miss it. If you're traveling abroad, make Kenya a stop. May 16th, stop in Kenya. Be a competitor. Be a competitor. Be in attendance. Um, Tell me what you think about the cigar release special event um, that Only Oliva is releasing to CSWC. CSWC, and my mouth is a little juicy right now. I'm drinking a Dr. Pepper's got my tongue too big for my mouth right now. So guys, make sure you lock in, tune in. Go follow CSWCnews.com. Get your tickets early and join and follow the movement to the motherland. Remember, storms don't last, but your home should. Peace. Till fingers.
Peace.